Alright, people, today I'm going to do back-to-back YouTube videos. This is going to be Sex Talk 101, episode 33 or 34. Now, this video is something that a lot of men have been wanting for a very long, and I mean long time. And ladies, please don't take this video personal or get offended by this video. I don't want to say it's to defend you or it's to bash you, but it's to kind of like explain women's explanations for what they do to us. So the title of the video is going to be called Why Women Lie. Now, there comes a time in every man's life, whether he had a crush on a girl in high school, college, whether it was at the gym, whether it was at work, or at the movie theater, or somewhere in this world, that a girl lied to him and he could not seem to figure out in his head why he was lying. And I'm going to give you the 5 top reasons why the vast majority of women lie, whether people consider this good reasons or bad reasons or just bullshit. Now, let's start with number 5. Now, this one happens to a lot of men, and including myself. Number 5 is you don't interest me. Now, a lot of us, when we get told we're just not interesting or you don't interest us, a lot of us, we get confused like that. We get confused extremely fast. Like, we just get lost in, like, what the hell? And we have that confused look on our face, and we be trying to ask the woman for days, what on God's earth do you mean I don't interest you or I'm not interested? So we thinking she mean our conversation. So we figured maybe instead of talking for 10 minutes, let me talk to her 15, 20 minutes. Let me talk to her 30 minutes. And the girl will still say, you're just not interested. And again, we get that confused look like what? And you see, somewhere in the future, I'm going to make a YouTube video called self-improvement versus, or explain what's the difference between intelligence and social intelligence. I think a lot of us are confused. A lot of us don't understand what's the difference between intelligence and social intelligence. Intelligence is where you show someone how smart you are, like your high IQ. Like, I know my math, my English, my history, my science. That's intelligence. Social intelligence is like, do you know music, sports, stuff from pop culture. And a lot of women are more interested in social intelligence than they are intelligence. Now, most men get confused because when they hear the word intelligence and social intelligence, they both sound the same, but they're 2 different levels of intelligence. And what no one talks about in sex and dating, in the dating game, is a man actually has to have 2 levels of intelligence. There's your social intelligence, and then there's your intelligence. And 99.999% accurately, me and the vast majority of 80% of men, we usually end up doing what? We keep using intelligence. And we constantly face what? Rejection. That's right. So when a woman sees how intelligent you are, I used to believe that if you showed a woman how intelligent, that would get her excited. And it does get some women excited that you know your math, your English, your history, your science. But what it is she wants something that's fun and exciting. And it took me a while to sit down and think about this. Remember when you was in high school and college and your teacher used to always tell you that when you do a book report in the future, don't make it boring as hell. Put some excitement into it. And your teacher would always say, don't ever start off your conversation with, hi, how you doing? Because then the person gets bored and the interest just drops off badly. Well, a lot of women think of people like me and you, guys that are very intelligent, very smart. When they see us, they think of us as their boring ass math teacher, your boring ass English teacher. And 99.99%, as soon as we open our mouth and talk, and And most women want to say this to us, or most women want to communicate this to us. But when we talk to them and we bore them to death, guess what a woman hears when we bore them to death? Blah 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 blah. That's all they hear from us. And it's happened to me like 5 times, so don't be thinking because I'm one handsome son of a bitch that it's never happened to me. It's happened to me 5 times. Hell, I know somebody at my job that might argue that it's actually happened to me 7 or 8 times, maybe 9. But my point is, when we start talking about math, English, history, science, it just bores women to death. It's like high school and college all over again. And a female be like, I don't want to hear this shit at the gym. I don't want to hear this shit at the mall or at the movie theater or at work. So now the girl just gets bored of you and just stops talking. And then the more you talk, blah, 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 the level of interest does this. Slowly but maturely goes down till it's below 50%. So that's number 5. Reason number 4. You keep trying to pursue her even after she already told you she just don't like you. Now I know a lot of men are probably going to say the word bullshit, and it's true. The more you keep trying to chase a woman, the more you scare off and run away the girl. And I've already said it in my YouTube video plenty of times in the past, the more you keep doing it, the more you run away and scare off a girl. So most women do not like when guys come on too strong and too powerful. Okay, they want us to come on strong, but not too strong. They want us to pursue, but don't make a habit of doing it too much. Now, you do see a case where you do this in high school or in college and, you get kicked out of class and you get told by a teacher or administrator to leave. You see what that causes. If it's work, you find yourself in the H&R office. I know some of you men find this bullshit, but yeah. Reason number 3. She always talks to other guys in despite of you. Meaning every time you talk to her, she act like that when she talk to you, it's like a task. It's like a problem to her. You're like a math problem to her. So when you ask her, is there something wrong? Is there a problem with me? Do you have a problem with me? And the girl smiles and says, no, I don't have no problem with you. And I've told you this before, fellas, in the video. Anytime a female says everything is fine, translation, it's not. And every time she talks to another guy, and that guy talks to her, and she's having fun with that other guy, but when you talk to her, it feels like you're like a problem to her. You're like a burden that she just would love to get hit by a car or by a Mack truck, or Godzilla just comes out of nowhere and just step on your ass. When you talk to her, it always feels like that, with negative energy. And when this other guy comes along, it's nothing but all positive energy. And you're like, what the, you know what? Why is it when he talks to her, she's not bothered to death by him, but when I do it, it's a problem? Yeah, that happened to me too, quite a few bit in the past. And don't feel bad. I know exactly what it feels like that when girls talk to me, I'm a problem to them. I'm a burden. And then when she talks to another guy, everything is perfectly just fine. But don't take it personal, because just because that guy is having more fun than you and he gets to talk to the girl, I guarantee you 10 to 1, it's happened to him too. He just finds a better way of not showing it. So when he talks to the girl, he himself knows how you feel because he used to be in your shoes. And if you ever ask that guy for advice, I'm pretty sure he'll tell you, yeah, she tells me that you're a damn problem to her. Yeah, don't be surprised. Now, reason number 2 why women lie to men. There comes a time when you get rejected that usually a lot of times it's you don't know how to talk. I've made a YouTube video about this, and I guess I could make a sequel on how, like, I made one, but I guess I might have to make a second or a third one if I ain't already done it.
Make another one. Your social skills ain't that good. And you know, if I take you to lunch, if I let you take me out to lunch, dinner, or if I let you meet my parents, what are my parents are gonna think of you? My grandparents, what are my co-workers from work are gonna think of you? Hell, what are my girlfriends are gonna think of you if you don't know anything of social intelligence? There go that word again. A lot of men will say intelligence, not intelligence, social intelligence. You know, that means what's on television. That means what's on film. You know, what's popular. You know, what's the latest trends, the latest styles. You know, a girl feels embarrassed that when she brings you around friends, oh my God, he's a nerd. He all he talks about is Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Star Wars, Star Trek. Oh my God, he just won't stop. I just want him to shut the fuck up. Don't feel bad, fellas. Don't feel bad, man. You're talking to a one handsome son of a bitch that used to do all that in high school and in college. Yeah, I know exactly what it feels like when a girl brings you before her friends and her friends laugh at the girl like, you mean to tell me that the guy that have a crush on you is a nerd? You mean to tell me that the guy that have a crush on you like Dragon Ball Z? Yeah, I was that fucking guy. I mean, trust me. I mean, yeah, it happened to me too, so I know how you guys feel. Now, for the number one reason why women lie. This only happens if you actually score. So don't take offense to this and don't take this personal. A lot of guys, when they score, they think their sex performance is a 10 out of 10. And women don't tell you this, but when they have sex with men, they do it like it's a report card, like grade average. Remember when you was in high school and college that when a teacher would grade your performance of passing a math test or an English test, they would always have the percentages on the board and they would have you fucking figure out if you passed or failed the fucking test? Remember that shit in high school and college, goddamn it? Remember that shit? Well, if you got an F, well, your performance was just fucked up. It was just fucking terrible. If you got 60%, 60 to 66, your ass got a D. That means you had a lazy ass performance. If you had 70 to 75%, that means you had an average okay performance. You didn't do too good and you didn't do too bad. And then you got 80 to 85%. You did better than expected, but you still kind of missed the mark just a bit, That's what 80 to 85% you got to be. And then 90 to 95%, you knocked it the hell out of the damn park. Well, guess what? Women actually grade men's sex performance as if this is high school and college on a grading system. And a lot of men like to think their sex performance is a 10 out of 10. And then when a woman tell you, yeah, I'll give you a C, you be like, what the fuck, a C? You mean to tell me all that? I'm LL, baby. I get a C? And then if your sex performance is all fucked up, you just get a flat out fucking fail. It's true. I mean, I ain't making this bullshit up. And I'm talking about if you actually score. I'm not talking about in technical terms. I already told you what number 2 is. Number 2 is if you don't score, it's because you ain't got no social skills. I'm talking about with guys who have social skills, why the girl lies. And you see, the girl will go to the gym, the girl will go to work, and she will tell all her girlfriends how great or how terrible your sex performance was. And before you know it, it's out on social media. It's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram. If you go to work at the same place the girl that you work at, then god damn! If you go to work where the girl work at and they find out your performance is fucked up, woo, shit. You in for Comedy Central routine. You gonna get roasted like it's Saturday Night Live, Living Color, and Mad TV all rolled into one. You gonna get clowned every time you come to work. Security guard be like, hey man, Is it true? I heard you don't know how to lay the pipe down. And you look at the security guard like, how you hear that? I'm just trying to tell you what happens in these type of situations. And you see, these are the 5 reasons why women lie to men. And these are reasons that women will argue that are justifiable, that they're necessary to do to us. And I'm here to tell you that I would probably say maybe 3 out of 5, maybe 4 out of 5 I would accept. There may be one of those that I don't accept. And you see, that's why I made that video last year called Sex Energy Energy Production, Part 1 and Part 2, that if you ever found yourself in that predicament, now you know why. That's why I made this video. So if anyone wanna ask themselves, how do you get out of that problem? I'm telling you what the hell happens. These are the 5 reasons why women lie. If I had to pick a bonus, I would probably be the way you would dress could also hurt you. And in a future video, I am going to make a YouTube video called how you can tell if the way you dress or the way you look hurts your chances of getting rejected. I actually could make that into a video. But this is called 5 reasons on why women lie to men. And you know what the number 1 reason is. I didn't want to make this video too long or too short. Until next time, peace.